Hello once again everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Rayman Origins. This is episode 28. In the last video we finished up Luscious Lakes here. We took on the boss and kicked his ass and saved one of the third of the four kings. In this video we're going to move on and start in on finishing Angsty Abyss here that we picked up, or we started way earlier in this Let's Play and we couldn't complete because of the lack of Electoons. In this video we're probably going to tackle just the tooth level. Let me just explain real briefly. These videos might be kind of short. I think I'm just going to stick to doing one level per episode just because we're coming up on the end of the game and I want to save the final boss fight for the very end. So the only things I have left to do are these two levels here and then a bunch of levels in the final world. And then I have to do all of the speed runs, which are going to take some time to compile because I'm only going to show the successful runs and then just do post-commentary over them. So bear with me, these next few videos are probably going to be rather short, some of them, and other ones are going to probably be, you know, the normal 8 to 10 minutes per level. So let's just jump in here. I did pre-play this just because I knew it was going to be horrendous, because it's a water level, first of all, and you guys know how good I am at those levels. And it's one of the chase scenes, so a chase scene in the water level, those don't mix well, especially for me. So I may get through this relatively easy. It's actually really hard. It took me quite a bit on my practice run just to get through it. But since I'm practiced in it now, it might go quite a bit smoother. At least that's the hope. That's why I did play through it. But in that case, you guys aren't going to get much rage. I got pretty angry with this level when I was first playing through it. It's a lot of short hops and running, and then when you get to this part, the water, things get a little tricky. The one thing I have learned, just for your benefit if you're playing through this, is that, you know how I always do that attack that speeds you up a little bit? That's really hard to control. See, there we go, dying already. While I'm in the water, I learned that just ignoring that attack, except for when you have to do it to break those blocks, and just running through it normally, you have plenty of time. They give you enough time to finish it like that. It actually makes it much easier to control. I probably should have realized this earlier when I was playing through, but I didn't. I kind of wish I did. It might have made the water worlds a bit more tolerable for me. But yeah, that's the strategy I'm going to be using when I get to the part where we're in the water. This tooth level is quite a bit fun. I'd consider this might be the hardest one in the game, for me anyway. The next one is pretty difficult, but I don't find it anywhere near as challenging. The next one is the last one, by the way. And then the Land of the Living Dead, which will unlock, spoiler alert, I probably shouldn't have said that, but that's what we unlock when we find all the teeth. You'll see. I'll show everything off, but that is insanely challenging. Sorry, I'm kind of concentrating here because I don't want to keep dying. Okay, I always die at that part. I don't know why. If I could make it to the water part more often, this wouldn't be as bad, but I always mess up that jump. It's just, you have to tap A. I don't know how, I've never died there before. You have to tap A the lightest way, like the lightest amount you can. It's really finicky. Because if you hold it for any amount of time, you do a long jump, or a high jump, or whatever you want to refer to it as. And then Rayman hits his head off the spike and dies. Or rather turns into a balloon, because that's what things do in this world. Okay, here we go. We'll get it this time. There we go. Now we get another attempt at the water. I'm using the speed up. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I'm using it here just because there's nothing for me to hit off of. You know, once we get to these parts, like the spikes, much more control in not using the speed up attack. Okay. This is where things get a bit hairy. Yes. This gets insane. It's not too bad. Oh, crap. As long as you can move quickly. But it's pretty daunting. Like it's scary when you're playing through it, just because there's everything. They're throwing everything at you, and it's just You're afraid you're gonna hit everything. This part right here is probably the worst. But it looks like we made it through successfully. Oh my god, there we go. See, it's not too bad, but I just hate the water levels, so for me, it is bad. But overall, though, I think I did pretty decently. I'm glad I played through it beforehand, just because that would have been crazy if I didn't. I would have had no idea what was coming up. So there's our ninth tooth. We only have one more left. That's going to be it for this video, but in the next video, we'll take on Murray here. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you then.